After going throughout Fontaine and its peak and amazing story, finally we are just a few days apart from Natlan. My name is Phoenix, and in this video I will talk about everything you need to know to prepare for Natlan. So stay tuned and make sure to watch every topic of this video if you want to be totally prepared for this new region and brag to your friends about that. Just before the video starts, I want to ask you all to leave a like and a sub if you ended up liking the video. You can also win free blessings by participating on my live streams, and all my socials are going to be on the description. Without any furthers, let's move to the first topic of the video. As the first topic of this video, I will talk about probably the most important thing, which are the pre-launch preparations you will need to consider. This will be things you are able to do before the update is out for everyone to play. Starting with your resources, as most of us know, with every new region comes new items and materials. So farming already existing materials for Natlan is not recommended since most of you will not take advantage of that. But there are 3 items you should start saving or farming if you can, and those items are Primo Gems, Resin and Crystal Flies. If you are not going to pull for any of the featured characters on this next version, Primo Gems are not a must for you, but trust me, Resin and Crystal Flies will be. You will use them to farm everything you will need for characters coming on future patches. And if you are someone like me who is going to pull for at least one 5-star this patch, then you will also need Primo Gems. So start saving and gathering all you can. And if you don't have enough time to gather all the necessary Primo Gems, I recommend you checking my U7 buy link on the description. You can buy Primo Gems for a cheaper price and you don't need to worry about security because it's totally safe. Another thing you can prepare in advance is space for the update. As we all know, the pre-install comes around 2 days before the actual update releases, so you will have time to sacrifice some space on your device to feed Genshin, just to enjoy all the news Natlan has for us. And for those who are already struggling on space on their devices and don't know if they will be able to play the update, I might have good news. Boosteroid is a cloud gaming platform that allows you to play your favorite games at a good quality on any PC, laptop, tablet, Android TV or even your phone. As someone who in the past was not able to afford a good PC, I can explain better how this works because I used services like this in the past. When you play from Boosteroid, you will be playing remotely from another PC. So imagine like you are playing a live stream from your favorite game basically. And the good thing about this is that it doesn't matter how old or weak your device is. Space and specs are no longer a problem. And for those who are asking, how's the quality then? Simple, all the gameplay you will see in this video was recorded while I was playing on Boosteroid instead of my own PC. So if you are struggling with space or specs on your device to run the game, you might want to take a look on my Boosteroid link back on the description. And now that we talked about the pre-launch preparations, let's move to the next topic. Just like on other regions launch on the game, Natlan promises new mechanics that will change the way you play the game or build your characters and teams. Every Natlan character will interact with a new mechanic called Night Soul Burst that will trigger new artifact sets, characters kits, and probably more as we progress on Natlan. But what is Night Soul Burst? Is it another burst for characters? I know the name can be deceiving, but it has nothing related to it. It's simple to explain actually. When a character deals any type of elemental damage to an opponent with a Natlan character on the team, a Night Soul Burst will be triggered. The more characters from Natlan you have in your party, the shorter the cooldown will be before another Night Soul Burst will trigger. For example, if you only have one Natlan character, you can only trigger Night Soul Burst every 18 seconds. If you have 2, you can start doing it every 12 seconds, and if you have 3 characters, you can activate it every 9 seconds. And even though Night Soul Burst is not an important effect alone, it will be used to achieve a better potential and new things. A quick example I can give you is one artifact set giving 6 energy to the user when any party member triggers this new mechanic. And for example, Kachina's passive that will give her 20% geo damage bonus for 12 seconds when someone triggers the mechanic too. And the second main mechanic on Natlan is called Saurian Indwelling, where you can indwell your spirit onto Natlan creatures called Saurians. Different Saurians have different skills and special traits. We have the Tepet Lisauri, which can drill into the ground or climb objects that you will not be able on the other means. We have the Yum Kasauri, which can grapple on the air to move around, grab and throw objects, and pull some mechanisms. And for last, we will have the Koholasauri, which will be able to move at high speed while swimming on both water and lava. If I had to guess, we might be getting new Saurians as we progress in the region. But for now, having 3 new ways of exploring Natlan seems super fun. With the first patch of Natlan, we will have 3 new characters to introduce us to the region, as long as 2 reruns of very anticipated characters. As the 3 new characters, we will get Muolani and Kinish as the 5-star characters and Kachina as the 4-star character. Quickly talking about them, since I will deeply cover them on their respective guides, Muolani is a Hydro Cataclysm on field DPS that scales out of HP and will deal high vape damage coming from her enhanced normal attacks. Kinish is a Dendro Claymore on field DPS that scales off attack and will be focused on dealing damage with his enhanced normal attacks and skill, and also enjoying having burning or burgeon around. And for last, Kachina is a geopolearm DPS that scales off defense and will be focused on dealing damage with the drill summoned by her skill. As for the banners, for the first half, we will have Mualani and Kazuha, with Kachina as one of the featured 4-star characters, but don't worry if your goal was to get Kachina, because you will be getting one copy of her for free just by doing the Archon quest. And for the second half we will have Kinish and Raiden Shogun. Both Kazuha and Raiden are amazing characters overall, fitting into many teams and with an extreme value to your account. If you are interested in knowing more about them, you can watch the guide I did for them back on their last rerun. And for new characters, you can expect a guide around their launch date. For the new enemies and bosses, I don't want to get into too much details because there will be a lot to talk about. So, I will only focus on the 2 bosses we will get for this version that will be used to ascend Mualani, Kinish and Kachina. Starting with the boss we will need to fight to ascend both Kinish and Kachina, Glutinous Yamkansar Mountain King. And if you are wondering, he's just a Yamkansaurus that got manipulated by his gluttony. Yes, one of the creatures we used to grapple around Natlan had that nerf applied to them, and it's now just a cute chubby boy. Anyways, this creature will have a higher dendro resistance, and during the fight, he will sometimes try to eat some berries and spit them out as bombs. So if you want to kill it easier and quicker, you will need to apply pyro on those berries so they explode on its mouth. Thanks to the higher dendro res, and his gimmick being around pyro, I recommend carrying a team with at least one pyro character, but I assume a melt and vape team will be the most effective ones against this boss. And for last, we'll talk about the boss you will need to farm if you are going to ascend Mualani, Gold Flame, Quocus or Tyrant. This creature will have a higher pyro resistance and during the fight will fly into the air and enter a new form, creating a shield around itself and attacks towards the ground that summons a flame wind. The gimmick to defeat this creature easily is by destroying this flame wind feather using elements that react with pyro, because if you cannot destroy the flame wind feather, Kukusarus dives down on a powerful attack and will return to the skies. Thanks to its higher pyro res, and his gimmick being around elements that can react with pyro, I recommend going for a team with at least one hydro character, since that's the element that best counters pyro. And I assume teams like Electrocharge or Mono Hydro with an Anemo character will be the ones that will have a better time against his boss. Also, I would like to remember you all that the new world level is coming with Natlan, increasing all enemies' levels and stats, but also increasing their drops. This change will only appear for you if you are already on Adventure rank 58. It is always worth to mention, especially for those players who nowadays just farm a boss with their friendship team full of level 20 characters and just one good invested character, because I suppose now, due to the increase on the difficulty, that will be harder to do. Just as I mentioned before, there will also be new artifacts and weapons. I will start with the weapons since all of us can get 3 of them for free as soon as the update releases thanks to the web event. With the release of Natlan, we will have a total of 8 weapons. 2 are 5-star limited weapons that you will be able to get on Mualani and Kinish banners, 5 are 4-star craftable weapons from Natlan region that will need a new type of billet. And the last one is a free 4-star event weapon that will be available in game. Throughout the web event, we are able to get 1 copy of 3 craftable weapons from Natlan: the Polearm, the Cataclysm and the Claymore. I will not discuss what they do now because I do have a dedicated video planned for that. But for now, I will just say that these exactly 3 weapons they are giving for free on the web event seem to be the best F2P options for the corresponding characters coming this version. The Polearm seems to be the best F2P option for Kachina, the Cataclysm for Mualani and the Claymore for Kinish. So don't forget to enter the web event. It's just a click and then you just need to wait others to do the same until we reach the max number. And if you want to see who else can use each one of those weapons, don't forget to sub to the channel and activate the notifications to get notified when I post that video. And for last, we are going to talk about artifacts. Natlan not only brings us 2 new artifacts, but also brought us some changes on the strongbox and artifacts crafting in general. Starting with the strongbox, as soon as the update releases, all the artifact sets that you can encounter in Sumeru plus Marishusi and Golden Troop will be available for everyone to craft on the strongbox, meaning that the only sets that are not going to be on the strongbox when Natlan arrives are Song of Days Past and Echoing Woods, Fragment of Harmonic Whimsy and Unfinishing Reverie, and the 2 new sets coming with Natlan. So my first advice to you is to farm one of these sets that will not be present on the strongbox if you need it for 1 character at least on your account. That way, you will be able to use the trash pieces into the strongbox to craft one of the sets that will get added. But that's not all for those who wish to craft artifacts, because Natlan will provide us a new item capable of manipulating the main stat and 2 substats for any piece of any set you desire to craft, called Signifying Elixir. From what we could see on the livestream, we will get the gadget after obtaining 25 5-star artifacts, and just like I said, we can craft any set we want and we can choose which piece, main stat and 2 substats. Thanks to the same livestream, we can see that the cost for each piece is different. If you wish to craft a flower or feather, you will just need to spend 1 elixir. If it is a sense, 2 elixir will be needed. If you want a circlet instead, 3 will be needed. And for last, as the most expensive piece, you will need 4 elixir to craft 1 goblet. And you can only craft 1 piece every now and then, because the official time is not out yet. And how do you get those said elixir? Right now, we will get 1 from the anniversary, 1 for paid battle pass, at least 1 for exploring Natlan, and you can craft them by using level 5-star artifacts. And from what we could see on the livestream, it will have something to do with the artifact level. And most likely, the bigger the level, the more it will give you to be able to craft 1 elixir. So my second advice regarding artifacts is to save all of those leveled up artifacts you may get and use them to craft elixir instead of fodder for future pieces. And for last, let's quickly discuss about the new artifact sets. One is more towards a supportive playstyle and the other is more for a DPS playstyle. The support set will provide 6 energy to the character once any party member triggers Night Soul Burst, and on its 4-piece effect, after triggering an elemental reaction, you will increase your team elemental damage for the elements involved on the reaction between 12% for 15 seconds or 40% for 20 seconds, depending if your character has a special state or not. In other words, 12% if the user is not from Natlan and 40% if the user is from Natlan. And the other set, focused towards all the DPSs, will increase your damage by 15% if you are on the Night Soul's Blessing state on field, and its 4-piece will provide 40% crit rate for 6 seconds every time your character consumes 1 Night Soul point. This set will be exclusive to Natlan characters since they are the only ones who can access both Night Soul Blessing state or consume Night Soul points. But who knows, maybe in the future the Archon allows us to use the set just like Farina did with Marishosi. I'm pretty excited for Natlan release and I hope you are too. I'm working hard to try to provide a lot of content for you all. Thank you so much for staying until the end. If you like my content, don't forget to leave your sub and to like this video. I will be glad to have you on that side from now on. 98% of you are not subscribed, and supporting me with that would make my day. I hope I could help you in any way with this video. A special thanks to my members for trying to support me even more. Don't forget to give a look on my Twitch channel and participate on the live streams to have a chance of winning free blessings. I will stream a lot of Natlan's release, so I hope I can count with you all. And don't forget to check my U7 buy link if you wish to top up, or my Boosteroid link if you got impressed with our service. Thank you so much for staying until the end. My name is Dphoenix, stay safe and have an amazing day.